Details of former President Jacob Zuma's poison saga have emerged. According to Zuma's estranged wife's lawyer, investigations into claims that Zuma was poisoned by MaNtuli Zuma prove that there was no attempt to kill Zuma. Well, for his reaction, legal analyst Ulrich Roux joins us now live via Zoom. Ulrich, we've been talking about this for several months, and you've been absolutely 100% behind your client's innocence, saying there was just no proof from the beginning that she could have tried to possibly poison her husband, Jacob Zuma. But her life has been made pretty miserable since the allegations emerged.
Yes, certainly. Thank you for having me, Annika. If one goes back to 2015, my client was removed from the Kandla homestead, where she was residing with her children and the former president. And the then Minister of State Security, Mr. David Mahlobo, was responsible for that. They removed her from the Kandla homestead, pending an investigation into her alleged involvement with a plot to poison Jacob Zuma. The allegations made were that she was in cahoots or working together with the CIA from the United States of America, and that she was intricately involved in this plan to kill Jacob Zuma. There was never any evidence whatsoever of her involvement. In fact, there was never any evidence brought to light of any such plot to kill Jacob Zuma in the first place. So, we maintained our innocence throughout, and we confirmed that we were innocent throughout. We answered questions posed to our client by the National Prosecuting Authority, and she furthermore deposed to an affidavit as well. And subsequent to that, it took the South African Police Services and the NPA no less than 4 years to conclude the investigation and to confirm from what we had been saying from the outset, and that is that my client, Ms. MaNtuli Zuma, cannot be charged with an attempted murder charge, and that she had no involvement in such plot. My opinion is that there was never any evidence substantiating any allegations that Jacob Zuma, that someone attempted to kill him.
Ulrich, a report has emerged that then State Security Minister David Mahlobo put 40 SSA agents on the case and spent about 800 million rand a month on surveillance, accommodation, etc., to root out the so-called poison suspects. Where does this report come from? What's the genesis of it?
Well, I'm not sure, but I mean, I can guarantee you that it is an absolute waste of the taxpayers' money to have done that. I think it was a figment of Jacob Zuma's imagination, to be honest. We as lawyers, as I said before, we deal with evidence, and if there was any evidence which linked her to any plot, then we would have dealt with it. But there simply wasn't even one shred of evidence that she was involved in such a plot to kill Jacob Zuma. As to the report, I'm not sure where it comes from, but obviously, it goes hand in hand with the absolute abuse of state resources when Jacob Zuma was the president of this country. I mean, 800 million rand could have been utilized for so many better reasons other than conducting surveillance on my client who in her life has never been involved in any such plot.
Ulrich, as far as you know, and I know this is a tough one because it might breach client confidentiality, but do you have any idea why she would have been accused of this?
Well, if you go back and look at Jacob Zuma's reign, and when he was president of this country, he did a number of very bizarre things, and I think that this one can be put right up there with one of the most bizarre. In my opinion, it was a complete fabrication. There was never any involvement or any evidence of any plot. So as to why he did it, I don't know. He's never come forward and given any opinion or comment on it. And I suppose he's the only person who would be able to tell us. Obviously it had a severe effect on my client. She suffered severe reputational damage, and, she went through a very hard ordeal throughout. And it took us 4 years for the state to withdraw those charges formally. So certainly, a very horrific ordeal that she had to go through.
I know that she was excommunicated from the homestead. She was sent to live in some remote area and really isolated from all her friends and family. Is that still the case, or has she been welcomed back into Nkandla?
No, she no longer resides there. She's quite happy and content where she resides at the moment with her children, and she has no desire.
All right, that is the lawyer for Nompumelelo MaNtuli Zuma, Ulrich Roux, and the charges against her of poisoning and of attempted murder have, of course, been withdrawn.